Hello and welcome to this fifth session, and here is what we are actually going to start building our projects. So before we start, see, basically I had asked you to prepare two main assets for this project. One is an image. What we want is the image of for example, a visiting card, or an image with your name, or an image with your photo. Now in this case, I am using the logo of St. Joseph College as the image. And now in this application, when the user takes his mobile camera and focuses on this image, immediately a small 30 to 45 second video about St. Joseph College is going to play. And you have to replace this video by a video about yourself, a presentation about you. Make a 30-second or 45-second presentation, or you can speak, and that video I want you to make it ready. So right now for this project I have made all these assets ready, and all the JavaScript, we are using one library called mindAR, and all these things I have made it ready and I have uploaded it, and I am sharing you the link. The link is available. If you are watching it on YouTube, in the description you have this link, or else if you are watching it on Blender Studio, when you come to this course, you have in the beginning itself I have provided you with a link. Click on this link and click on the download button here. Once it is downloaded, you will get this assets.zip. Cut this and now come to your folder, or you take anywhere in your hard disk, paste this, then right click and go over here, WinRAR, extract files, and extract all the files. And when you open this, basically in this assets you have four files. One is the my image and my video, and then you have two JavaScript files. What I want you to do is you select all these four files, right click and copy it. Now come to your project folder where we are working on the project. Come to this WebAR project folder, and in this I am going to now right click, create new, and I am going to create a new folder, and I am going to call this as AR visiting card. Double click to open it, and inside this I am going to paste my image, my video, and these two JavaScript files. Okay, so my assets are ready. So similar to last time, I will go to new text document, and I am going to create one file called as index.html. Okay, rename S. Then I am going to right click and I am going to create another text document, and I am going to call this as main.js. Okay, so I will take this index.html, right click, come over here, open with, and now what you have to do is I will now come over here and I will open this in the notepad. I will start with the tags. I will first create HTML tag, close the HTML tag. Okay, then inside the HTML tag, first I am going to create a head tag, and I am going to close this head tag. And apart from head tag, I will also add a body open tag. Then with lesser than / I will type the closing tag. Select this head, press tab. So let us just move it a little. This is just for us to beautify this in our code. Then I will go to file and I am going to save this. Additional contents. For example, in the head, we are going to call for a tag called as meta, and this meta is actually a self-closing tag. And inside this meta, I am going to add some parameter. First is name, and this will be equal to viewport. Okay, then content will be equal to, in inverted comma, what is this is, I want the width of this content to be equal to device width. Okay, and then after this I will add a comma, then I will set the initial scale of this application equal to 1.01. You can also add the title tag, and I will add a open title tag and close title tag, and inside the title tag I am going to type my name, Sudhi AR visiting card. Okay, and then below this title, now I am next going to add my scripts. So I am going to add scripts, two scripts. The script open tag, then I will end it with close tag. So if you come to your folder, see you have added one file here, mindAR-image-three.prod.js, which you just copied it. Type here rename, select this entire file, right click and copy it. Now come over inside this script, press space, type src equals, and in inverted comma I am going to type dot / so that it is in the same folder. I will press Ctrl V and I will paste this name. And the second script is our main JavaScript file. So for this, what I will do is I will then add a tag script, and again I will close this script tag, and in the second case I will select the same src address here, and in the second line I will paste it, and here instead of this mindAR-image-three.prod.js I will type main.js, because this is our main JavaScript file. This meta I will press tab and move it a little more inside so that see it appears a little better. I will go to file and I am going to save. I will come back to the folder, select main.js, right click, go to open with, and in notepad I am now going to open my main.js file. Here in the main.js, the very first thing I need is, see last time we imported the 3.js file. Now you need not import 3.js file, because whatever the script file that is shared it with you, that is this file, what you see mindAR-image-three.prod.js has 3.js built into it. So now we are going to initiate it by calling a constant. I'm going to call this as 3, and this will be equal to window, and I am going to call for this mindAR function image3, and I will end it with semicolon. So window is something which comes from your browser. The window is a component of your browser. mindAR.image.3, this is coming from the linked mindAR-image-three.prod.js file. So just like in the last class, I want this to be executed only after the entire web page is loaded, and for this we are going to call for an event listener. Understand what is an event listener is when an user on the browser performs any action. For example, when he clicks a mouse, when he scrolls, or when he right clicks, or when someone presses the key, all these are called as events. And here what is the event I am recording? It is whether the content of the web page is loaded. And to test it, the normal procedure in all JavaScript is we are going to call the document. Document is present in your browser. In document you have a method called add event listener, and in open close bracket the very first thing that we enter here in inverted comma is we are going to call for DOM content loaded. This is the condition it is going to test, and once the DOM content is loaded, then comma, I am going to then declare a function which is whatever action has to be done after this. This is where we write our main code. So I will add open close bracket, then equals greater than size, and in open close flower bracket, and inside this flower bracket is what our code will be written. I am now going to start with a constructor. So you go on Google what is a constructor in JavaScript. I am not going to go in detail. Constructor is similar to variable where you are going to attach values as objects. So the constructor I am going to use here is, I am going to call for mindAR-3. In mindAR, 3 T is capital. So constant mindAR-3, and this will be equal to a new window. So I am actually calling the same thing what we had called here, mindAR-image-tree, what we have called here. I am going to call the same thing here. Okay, window, I will copy this. New, I am going to initiate this window mindAR-image-3, and I will add open close brackets, and inside this, and I will end it with semicolon, and inside this I am going to declare some objects, and objects are declared using open and close flower brackets. The first object parameter that I am going to give here is, I will press enter, I will press a space, I will come to the top line pressing the top arrow, I will press space, and here I am going to call this container component, and this container component will be equal to document.body, and add a comma because we are going to declare one more object, and I will press enter, and here I am going, the second one I am going to call is image target src, and this I will just now add open close inverted comma, and I will leave it. Now this part we have not yet made it ready. Now what is this image target src mean? See, for example, say your visiting card image is there. Say for example, if you come to your folder, I have given you one myImage.jpeg. If I double click it, you can see this is the image, my source image. When the user holds his mobile in front of it, the video has to start playing. This is the target image. You have to create a function or a code which is going to recognize this image, and to do this we are going to go to this mindAR website. So I will right now close this, open your browser and type mindAR and press enter. The very first link here, mindAR.js, you can see here. When you click on this, this is going to open mindAR documentation, and in this you have one tools here. Click on the tools, you have one image targets compiler. You click on this. Now I will open my AR visiting card file, and here I have my myImage.jpeg. I am going to drag this and put it in this target area, and once I add it, I will press start. So when I click on start, see, it is going to process this image, and once this image is processed, download compiled, you have an option here. Click on this and immediately you have one file downloaded, targets.mind. I am going to right click this and I am going to rename this as josephs.mind. Okay, I am now going to select it, cut this from here, from the download, and copy it to your folder, that is this AR visiting card folder. You copy it. Okay, now coming back to my code, in the image target src, now inside this inverted comma, I will add dot dash, and I am going to copy the name of this file. I will just copy the entire name. Right click and copy it. I will come over here and I will right click and paste it. So I have created two items here. One is the container and another is the image target. I will go to file and I am going to save it. Then I am going to come back to index.html. After this script, I am going to add an inline style because it should come in full screen. Just like when you press F11 when you are browsing, it becomes full screen. Now, similarly, I want this to be full screen and I am going to do this using styles, and I am not writing separate style.css because it's just about file line. I will make it an that is an inline style, and here I am going to have in the head, after this script I will press enter and I am going to press tab twice and I am going to call style and I am going to close this style tag. Okay, so I have created this style tag, and inside this style tag, okay, I will just again move it here, and inside this style tag now I am now going to add my style. The style I am going to add is HTML comma body open close flower bracket. Here is what I am going to write my style. So for the style I will move this again to here, and for the style what I will do is I will press tab 4 times, okay, and I am going to set its position to relative. Okay, the position of this body is relative. I will add the semicolon. Then the next thing I am going to add is margin. I will set it to 0 and I will end it with semicolon. The next parameter I am going to add is width. I will set it to 100%. I will add semicolon, and then I am going to add height, and height also I want it to be 100%, and I will add semicolon. Be careful with the spellings, and then finally I will add overflow, and this will be hidden, and I will end it with semicolon. You launch your simple web server. I am going to launch my simple web server and so here I will open my all other servers and I will delete it because I doesn't want the other servers, the last class servers. I will delete all these server and I am going to create a new server, and I am going to select my folder WebAR visiting card. I will select this folder, and 8080 is the port, accessible on local network. Click on create server. So now my server is running. If I launch my browser and if I type localhost 8080 and when I press enter, see, you can see the heading Sudhi AR visiting card is there, and I will right click and go to inspect, and I am going to come to console, and when you come over here you have an error here. Now the problem is, if you come to main.js, we declared this new window mindAR-image-three. Actually, instead of typing this, we could have just directly typed 3, and this constructor that we are using is window mindAR-image. That is fine. Then it is not just 3. I have to use here mind M capital, AR T capital, AR also capital, THREE. So I had done a mistake here. So we were getting the error. I will go to file and I will save it. Now I will refresh it. So now I am not getting any error. And now one last thing that I want to do is to assess it on the mobile. Just like last class, I want to run ngrok. So actually in our last class in the WebAR folder, we had already run this ngrok.exe. So I will just double click to open it. This will open in HWebAR, and I am going to call this command ngrok http. Then I will call http localhost 8080. It has already been authenticated. So if I press enter, automatically the web forwarding starts, and if I control click on this link, see, this link is active. When I click on visit site, I can start using it. So you can, I will share this link also to you all, and you can share this link on your mobile and start testing this development as it happens on your mobile. So with this, I will conclude this session, and in our next session we are actually going to build this 3D application.